Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we've got the Eight of Pentacles. It is slow growth. It is repetition, right? But the garden is growing. Yeah. I think that you are, you're somebody that is focused on putting down roots somewhere. I feel like you're establishing yourself. I feel like you are a very patient person. This is a situation in your life now where this patience is really going to be a good thing, okay? You're somebody who can see the wood for the trees. You're someone with an attention to detail. And you understand that for something to grow in a very healthy way, it's going to need the right soil, the right sunlight, the right water, the right love. Yeah. And not just once, but on a consistent basis. I feel like you're a very consistent person. I think your friends would vouch for you. Your family, your coworkers say, yeah, Gemini shows up when they say they will. Yeah. And you're patient not only with life, with yourself, with people. You're a patient. You're patient with the with your expectations of life. You understand that things are going to take time, and putting in one huge effort one time is not going to do it. So you realize that consistency is the key. A drop of water in the bucket is going to fill the bucket. Yeah. Now let's put this card into a little bit of context. We're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. You got love. You're building something that is a strong bond. This is huge. You're building something slowly and steadily. And it is a strong relationship here, whether we're talking romance or, a relationship with self or with spirit, relationship with the, with the job maybe. It kind of feels like it's a person, but let's see. We've got a Four of Pentacles. We've got a Princess of Wands, an Ace of Cups, and a Princess of Swords. So the idea here is that you're very attentive. I feel like there's a lot. You're mindful, but you're very, I don't know what the right word is. You're very attentive towards something. Like I feel like if this is your garden and you're trying to grow it because you love it so much, that you're sort of always there, tending to its needs. Right? To me, the princesses right now are very active cards. We're kind of always around, where it's like, we're always like, do you need anything? Right? What can I do? Is there something that I can get for you or do for you, or something I can create? I feel like there's always an eagerness for you to serve this thing. There's an eagerness for you to learn and to do. And so it's very attentive to the needs of this plant, whatever this is that you're growing. Okay. There's a lot of attentiveness. It's kind of like these two princesses are just buzzing around, right? Buzzing around this this plant, buzzing around this garden, always ready to to kind of fill the cup up. It's like you're at a restaurant and the server's there with a water pitcher, and every time you take a sip, they're there to fill the water back up. So I feel like you're very attentive, and you're not going to. You're not ignoring something for so long that you come back and, oh no, there's a big problem, right? You're always paying attention. Yeah. Let's finish up with the cards here. We've got the Nine of Cups, beautiful. Ace of Pentacles, Six of Cups and an 8. You're moving toward clarity. Yeah, you're definitely moving toward clarity in your life. I think that you're coming to the realization of your purpose here. You've got all good cards. And this doesn't happen very often. You've got all good cards. Okay, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And we're just going to set it over here with Tiny Bob Ross right on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during this program you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments down below. Okay. Now, let's look around the room. Interesting thing here is that we don't have any major arcana energies. It's not that Spirit is not in the room. Spirit is the room. Spirit is the table. Right? We don't see any places of karma. We don't see any highlights of sort of internal issues that you need to work on, right? It's kind of like Spirit's way of saying, hey, look, I'm going to support what you're doing because you're doing everything the way you're supposed to. I think you're striving ever for more clarity, right? And the clarity of the Ace of Swords is the kind of the understanding of like knowing what I need to do, knowing what I need to know, you know? We're always finding things, especially the princess, we're always finding areas of life that I'm a little confused or a little uncertain or I don't quite have all the information, and I'm always striving forward toward clarity. Yeah. There is a need for you to leave behind any old thought patterns, anything that's not serving you anymore, anything that's not serving your highest good. We're identifying those things and we're taking them out of the garden. It's like this is the garden that needs anything that's toxic to the plant, any like weeds, right? We're pulling the weeds. We're so attentive that we're taking away anything that's not going to help this plant grow. We're giving it water and soil and sunlight, and we're taking away anything that is going to damage it or interfere with its proper growth. Yeah, whatever, a relationship with another person, a job, our own spiritual development, our own career, our own business, our vocation, our calling, whatever you are doing in your life, whatever your work is, right? There is the need to leave things behind that don't have our highest good. And the Two of Cups is self-love, by the way. The Two of Cups is that we care for ourselves enough that we're going to pay attention to our life and how it's growing with all of its different branches. All of the branches there are your relationships, your interests, hobbies, your passions, your loves, your spiritual development, your habits, your practices, like everything. Everything that's a part of your life. You have a lot of different branches. Okay, and we're trying to let everything grow and develop in a way that is appropriate. Okay, and the Two of Cups is the love. We're showing ourselves tremendous love and care right now. This is radical self-love, right? I think that some of the work you've been engaged upon is well, with all of the water energy that we see, right? I feel like you've identified a lot of places where you may have been emotionally stuck, and you're choosing to move forward from those, even when those things are difficult. You've done a lot of healing work in your life. Yeah. We have here mostly, we got a little bit of fire back here, right? But then we've got water, 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 water. We've got air and air, and we've got a little bit of earth, right? So it's mostly, I mean, it's a lot of water. It's mostly this emotional experience, and I think it's because you care so much about your path, your work, and this plant that you're growing. And this plant is both, at the same time, it's yourself, but it's also the world that you're growing outside of you. It's your personality and your personal reality. It's internal existence and your external existence too. And I think we're trying to, we're showing the love here. We're creating a harmony in our life. Okay. And, you know, the progress might feel slow, but every small step, every Ace of Pentacles, every step you take is a step toward success and happiness and victory and love and pleasure and bliss and satisfaction, fulfillment, and all of these really great things. Okay. I feel like you're someone who trusts the universe a great deal. So the plant, what the plant needs to grow right now is love. Okay. Underneath the surface, you have a really wonderful foundation. Okay. I feel like this is a good support structure. This is a sense of power, right? You're somebody that understands the good habits, right? That like the foundation of health was what is your water, shelter, food, and transportation, right? The basic needs. You understand like the need to have good nutrition, intentional movement. You need to have good sleep, and you need to have good relationships. Okay, so you kind of understand like what the pillars of your life are, and how having those things are really like the roots that we're setting down. Right, you're building your bigger structure of life on a very strong foundation: family, friends, a good support system, good structures, good habits, good routines in your life. Okay, and I wonder if you're somebody that kind of needs routines. If you find that there's a certain benefit for you for having good routines and good habits, like maybe you wake up at the same time every day, you have a particular kind of like morning routine. You know, you wake up and you do the same kind of things. You wake up at the same time, you do your stretches, you have your cup of tea, you get ready for work, well, whatever it is. I think that you're someone who understands like budgeting, you know, economy, I guess. Because with any kind of a plant, you don't want to overwater it. You know, you don't want to give it too much, even of a good thing. You don't want to smother it, right? So you understand, you know, the context of something, and you understand the deeper needs of something. Not just like, well, you love something, you're gonna smother it, right? You're just gonna hover over it and not give it any space at all. Sometimes the best way to protect if this is a tree that's growing in your yard, the best thing to do is just kind of protect it from the animals that are going to come and chew it down, and then just let it be, let it grow. Be attentive, but not be hovering over it. Yeah, I feel like I don't know, maybe you're a manager somewhere, or you're I don't know, maybe a gardener. But I feel like you have that skill, you have that ability to manage by not by hovering and micromanaging, but by being attentive and being patient and providing what people need. Like you would be a very good boss or manager. If you're not already, you would be one. You'd be a good one. But this is a nice foundation. This is the platform from which you're going to, I think really follow your heart here and live this path and grow this life quite significantly. Okay. I feel like you make herb bundles. I don't know what herbs, but you make little bundles of herbs, little sachets or something, right? In your background, you have a Princess of Wands, and I think this is a very attentive energy too, but sometimes this is an impulsive person, or a person that doesn't have a lot of direction. I think there was a period of time in your life where you didn't quite know what you loved more than anything, you know? And so we would dabble here, we would dabble there. We'd start a lot of projects and not really finish them. Maybe it was planted a lot of seeds because I don't really know what I like yet, you know. But then I think you sort of through this is kind of an immature energy. It's something, you know, and it's not in terms of age or anything, but when we're just kind of starting out, we got to try a lot of things to see what we like. Once we find what we like, we sort of kick in with this with that kind of, the gardener energy, where we commit to the one thing. Okay, you got that Two of Cups. There's a commitment here. There's a love. You're putting energy in, and you're getting something out of it. It's a two-way street here with whatever this tree is that you're growing. Okay, and I feel that this was a very necessary period of exploration, but once you find the thing that resonates with you the most, once you find this kind of purity in your heart, I feel like there was a change in you. There was a relaxation. there's still a lot of effort, a lot of activity, a lot of work to do, but I feel like this kind of, this is like a bee buzzing around everywhere, you know? I feel like it's settled down a little bit. And I feel that it is because we know what we're committed to, and so it creates a peacefulness. Okay. In the future position, you've got your Princess of Swords, and that's an energy that's always questioning, always trying to grow. This is a card that says, I'm just a student. I'm just learning here. I'm not an expert gardener. I'm not an expert at anything. I'm a student just like you. I'm still learning. I'm still growing too. You know, so like we're talking to the tree. Can you imagine? We're talking to the tree and saying, don't worry, I'm growing too. I don't know what I'm doing. We're in this together, right? I'm helping you. You're helping me. I'm growing up. You're growing up, and we're going to help each other. Yeah. So we're viewing it as a kind of a humbleness, right? It's a humility and it's a gratitude, because I think we're experiencing ourselves on an equal plane with the other person or the other entity, whatever we're talking about here. We don't feel as if we are better than anything. Maybe it's the job, you know, we're not above the job. We're not above the other people, you know. I don't know what really we're talking about. To me, it feels like it's probably a relationship with someone, but it could be a friend, family member. It could be a relationship with ourself. It could be a pet or a plant or a person, right? It could be the path itself. It could be the career that we've chosen, the vocation, the life that we're trying to build. We're just kind of saying like, look, I'm learning as I'm going. I'm going to be very open-eyed. I'm going to be very aware of what's going on, and I'm going to learn. And I think with this card, we're allowing ourselves to make mistakes. We're giving ourselves the freedom to say, I don't know everything. I'm going to do my very best, and it's like on-the-job training. You know, I'm going to learn as I go. I'm going to learn through doing and experimenting, and not just feeling like, oh, I've read the book, I'm already the expert. No, I'm going to be here with you, and we're going to figure things out, and we're going to keep going and growing, and I'm going to keep striving for clarity. Okay. I think you have really amazing energy right now, Gemini. Someone in your life has the really bright blue eyes, right? Who's got the bright blue eyes? There's somebody there. I don't know, you or it's someone close to, but somebody in your life with really like strikingly bright blue eyes, yeah. Let's talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do. These readings are totally free. Your general energy is the Nine of Cups. What happened in December? There's an energy coming through. There's something about December that was very important for you. Something important happened in December. Okay. Spirit wants me to remind you that fear is a teacher, right? Fear is not a stop sign. Fear is a teacher. So I don't know if there was some major event that happened to you in December that was a significant and serious thing, but you kept going, right? I feel like the Nine of Cups is a growing health. Yeah. I feel like there is abundance for you, and there's a return of abundance, a return to health on the physical, financial, mental, emotional, and spiritual creative planes. And I think you are realizing the interconnectedness of things. When you're spiritually healthy and abundant, it affects your physical world. When you're mentally and emotionally sound and stable and healthy, it's going to affect your spiritual work and your physical work too. Like everything fits together. Okay, this is a card of living the dream, and I can't help but think you've moved to the country, or you have a little spot of land, and it's just that life has gotten slower. I feel there's a real mosey here, you know? I feel like there's a slowness and a peace that's been in your life recently. It wasn't always that way. Again, we got that fire energy in the back. This is a crazy, hectic fire, and it's like, whoa, slow down now, slow down. You know, I feel that you're living a life that's more grounded, more peaceful. I think that you're learning with your head. You're applying it with your hands, and you're sort of, you're knowing it by heart. right? So you're engaged in your world in a really hands-on way. Your head, your heart, your hands, right, are present and immersed in this life that you're leading. The Ace of Pentacles here, I think we're always planting seeds of abundance. We're always looking at life in that way, like every thought, word, and deed is a seed that we're planting. Okay. And I think that there was a point, and maybe this is the thing in December, but you were nudged to kind of focus more on peacefulness and progress instead of perfection. Yeah. So you've come to understand what it means to really be happy in life and what it means to be living your happy life. So something, I think, scared the heck out of you in December, and you made a big change. You made a big shift. And I think Spirit is saying, like, you're doing the right thing. You're writing your story here. Yeah. Maybe back in December was a turning point where you got to start writing a different story for yourself. Okay. I don't think you're a natural healer. I think you're somebody that has learned how to heal yourself. I feel like you do a lot of work with plants, like plant medicine or some kind of herbal stuff or like something like that, right? I feel like that stuff, like even using food as nutrition, I feel like that's kind of the vibe for you right now. The Six of Cups is in the obstacle, right? And to me, it feels like sometimes you're so attentive to your life and you're so immersed in what you're doing that you need to take a time out once in a while to just sit on the porch with the iced tea and think, life is good. You know, you've got to allow yourself to feel the pleasure, because I know you're doing all the right things. Sometimes it's the right thing is just to do nothing, and just to have a good day where we treat ourselves and we do something nice for the people in our lives. Does somebody in your life collect dolls? I feel like you're buying a doll as a gift for somebody. Yeah. And maybe this is that card. Maybe this is like, you know, let's take a time out and let's just do nice things for people and for ourselves. Let's share the love with the people around. This is a card of community. And community, I think, to me, is not just having a lot of people around. It's not like living in a busy neighborhood, right? It's having people around you of value that are supportive of you. Maybe your nearest neighbor is like miles away, right? But it's still part of your community. Maybe people on the other side of the world are part of your community, right? The way I look at Dove and Serpent Tarot is that you're all part of this community, though I've never met any of you. I don't think, anyway. You know, we're not all in close proximity to each other, but it's a community. There's love and support here. And I feel like there's good vibes and good wishes for everybody here. Yeah, that's why I won't tolerate anybody being mean or cruel or hurtful in the comments, right? I don't stand for that. So I think you're someone who really values that community, but you're realizing who your people truly are. Like you found your soul tribe. And maybe you live kind of alone or with just your immediate family on a plot of land somewhere, not a lot of neighbors. You're not really involved in a lot of busy stuff around town. You just like your peaceful life, and you like having your community in the larger world. Yeah. The Ace of Swords here, the way forward, the long-term outcome here is that you're going to continue getting more and more clarity from your spirit, from God, Goddess, deity, from your soul, from the universe, from the cosmic rays, right, that are coming in. And you're going to continue to write your story. And I think maybe, it almost feels to me like someone who is retired from the busy, hectic life of the city, has moved to the country, just has their pets, their plants, their people, and is like writing their memoirs, like writing their novel, writing their story. It's like, I don't know, it's I guess it's a movie cliche, right? It's just that writer up in the attic looking out over the forest and just typing away at the typewriter. Because I feel like you're like literally writing something, writing some sort of a story. The Ace of Swords to me is always a pen. You know, I think kind of like it's asking, what's the story we're writing? You know, what's the story we're writing? Now, the December thing, I can't help but feel like this was some kind of a serious thing that scared you and led to a major life change. Okay? I feel like you had Perhaps back here a bit of a rebellious streak. This was kind of a wild time, and maybe when we were younger, and now we've realized what is truly important and what means something to us, what kind of life we want, and we're living that life. It's a nice picture, isn't it? Let's look at the mystery card. I don't know. I think it's Major Arcane. I think it's Empress. I think it's going to be an Empress card. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Oh, that's the World. Yeah. Might as well be the Empress, huh? This is the reality that you're creating. This, to me, is wide open space, for one thing. So I feel like it's a confirmation of that idea. Whether you have that now or not, or if that's a goal for you, is to have your own space, a lot of it, to where you don't have to feel as if you're packed in tightly into the neighborhood. I feel like life has become a lot more slow, a lot more easygoing for you. We're getting out of that busy period of time, and you're getting back to the slower pace. Okay, whether maybe just inside, maybe just internally, or maybe externally too. This is a card really of great patience, right? This is the card that kind of says, I want this moment to last forever. I don't want there to be any end. I don't want there to be a finite, an end date to this. I found the life I want to live, and I just want to keep living it for as long as I can. I don't really want a lot of changes. I want to keep growing and developing and stuff, but I don't need to change. It's almost like there's a contentment. Yeah. And to me, that's what we get when we put the Ace and the Nine of Cups together. We get a contentment. There's nothing I need right now. Everything is perfect the way it is. Everything's going to continue to grow. I'll continue to, to gain in clarity and things like this. But I feel like the life you're creating is, it's beautiful. And I feel like it is perfect in its own way. It's not a striving for perfection, but it's kind of like saying things are perfect as they are. And I just want to keep doing what I'm doing and growing and living and planting and harvesting. And I just want to go through my cycles. And, I think the big change already happened for you. It's something in December. You're manifesting the life that you want. Yeah. Now we're going to do an extended reading as well. We'll do some oracle cards and we'll do an I Ching hexagram. There is a link up top and there's a link down below. New readings for Gemini are on Mondays, right, and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The readings are totally free. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.